We're ready.
It's like, all right, get ready, and then we all get quiet. We're sitting here.
And go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Grass, and this is the Grassroots 304 podcast, episode 6. And today I've got some special guests here at the studio, which, of course, I should have started out. We are presented live here at Sacred AV Solutions in Dunbar, West Virginia, at Live at the Shop. And today's special guests are some guys that are going to be playing this evening. We've got the Friendly Fire Band and also Mark Bates. Hey, Mark. I had to look at my notes there. Hey, I'll go around the corner here and start it out and let everybody introduce themselves.
I'm Colton Settle.
Hank Berlin.
James Harless.
Mark Bates.
Mark Bates, that's right. I couldn't have made it any more awkward for you guys to start out with, could I?
Probably could.
Yeah, probably could. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
it could have been worse.
Yeah, sometimes I mess things up real bad, but that's okay. Thank you guys for being here. This is your all's first time being here at the shop, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Colton, this is not your first time at the shop, though, correct?
Right. Settlement played here in February.
Okay. Man, February, it really doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
I know. It was early February, like maybe the first weekend or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Before then, I hadn't done the Grassroots 304 podcast yet, but now that we're doing it, I'm glad to have you on.
Thank you, man.
Of course, we've met plenty of times before, but as far as the rest of the guys, I don't think I've ever met you before. So, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Since I know a little bit about Colton, Hank, why don't you tell me about yourself? What do you play in Friendly Fire? What instrument do you play?
I play the bass guitar.
play the bass, yeah?
Hold down the low end.
Okay, how long you been playing the bass for?
Just about as long as we've been a band.
Yeah, and how long is that?
That is about 6.5 years or so.
Yeah?
Give or take.
Okay. JC, what is the sound of your all's band? What would you describe the genre as?
I often describe it as like Nirvana meets the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a grungy pop.
Yeah?
Melodic, but also modern rock sound as well.
Okay.
We lean towards a lot in the pop direction, but we also like to rock out too, so
Oh,
it's a wide range, honestly.
It's a wide range. I like that.
Yeah.
I listened to you guys a little bit before I came in here, and who's the vocalist? Are you the vocalist?
We all sing, but I'm the lead vocalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's like I kind of got this sense of like a Pearl Jam sound to it as the vocals, and like a mix of Ona, which I'm sure you guys know who Ona is,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool though, and it kind of had, like you said, a '90s alt rock and kind of like a grunge vibe to it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I dug it. Who's the elderly woman on the front of one of the album covers?
Oh, that's my late grandmother.
Okay.
June.
June, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I thought that I kind of had a feeling it was more like somebody that was related to you all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
beautiful
So,
woman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It ties in. The album's basically dedicated to her and my daughter. So
Okay.
I named my daughter after the album cover. So
Okay, June.
yeah, June.
Okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have been jamming together for like 6 years. How'd you all meet?
JC and I met at the YMCA playing pickup basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was probably years ago
Yeah, that was probably
when you guys were kids.
no, that was probably like
8 years ago.
maybe a couple
Oh,
years
okay.
before we started the band. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
Probably
guys like
like-
playing sports?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
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 Who's
They
your
can
favorite
ball.
teams?
They can ball.
Yeah.
They're being modest.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Hank's got game.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're still active ballers.
Yeah, we
So
actually.
if anybody wants to challenge us to a 2-on-2,
Yeah.
JC and I,
Yeah.
we're
They're
up
going
for it.
down. They're going down for sure.
That's what's up.
Our
So-
record's pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your record looking like?
Probably like 61-2.
Yeah. Between you both, who you think's the better one?
Oh, definitely Hank here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Maybe
got-
we should get like a basketball hoop set up out back just for events like this.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can throw down not only on the court but on the stage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us old men, we try to stay in shape, Basketball definitely helps for sure.
Yeah. So white boys can jump then, right?
No, I got about 1 inch vertical.
1 inch vertical. At least it's not a negative.
Yep.
Well, cool. Mark, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a singer-songwriter?
Well, I feel like I'm maybe a little bit older than the rest of the fellas here.
Mhm.
You know, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm 34, and I started.
got you beat.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys all look younger. I was like, these guys got to be in their younger 20s. But no, I started out at Marshall University playing trumpet, and was a jazz studies major, and I got into songwriting and left, dropped out of college to move to Nashville to write songs, and it didn't go well. And so I moved home to be a state trooper after that, and I went through a good portion of the academy and then got an opportunity to move out to Los Angeles and write songs for some film and television, and moved out there to do that and quit everything. And
Yeah.
just took my car with everything I owned, and never did make a lot of money out there, but I had the best time of my life living out in Los Angeles. And came back home when my grandfather, who was a Pentecostal preacher, he became ill, and I came home to take care of him, and never went back.
Really?
And then I met my wife, whom I've since been separated from. We're going through a divorce right now, pleasantly enough. But
loss,
I'm
right?
playing with the Carpenter Ants, who's a Charleston band.
Legends.
They've been a band for about 35 years now, and Charlie T, God rest his soul, just passed away a couple months ago. And though I'll never be able to fill his shoes, I am playing with the Ants now, and we're actually going to Slovakia in July for a 2-week tour. And
That's
so,
neat.
Wow.
and I'm still writing a lot of songs, of which a few I'll be playing tonight. But yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of catches everybody up to speed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, like, where do I start with that?
That's so cool, man. I mean, seriously, the fact that you're playing with the Carpenter Ants, I just feel like that's huge, man. I mean, they're legends, you know. Like, I
Well-
consider them to be like the local legend band, kind of to me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know the Carpenter Ants just from them playing the they call it the Mountain Stage Jam at the Empty
Yes,
Glass every
yes.
Sunday after Mountain Stage, and there's been a ton of great artists that have come and lined up on that stage, along with, like, I've seen Michael Lipton, which will be playing here tonight,
Right.
and jam
Legend.
alongside with the rest of them, and yeah. I really, that's as far as I know of them, but I know that they are well known throughout Charleston, and probably even more so throughout the world, because obviously if you guys are going to Slovakia, like,
Well,
that's
and
pretty cool.
you know, I went to Moscow with them
Really?
5 years ago for a 2-week tour, 2-year tour, which obviously I don't think we'd be able to go back now. But at the time, the relations were okay, and you know, we had some friends over there, and we had a great experience. But the Ants are, you know, when I was 18 years old, I used to sneak into the Empty Glass, which is a bar in Charleston, West Virginia, for those of you who don't know, and I would
World famous Empty Glass.
yeah, I would sneak in to listen to the band at the Post Mountain Stage Jam, right?
Wow. Wow.
And that's where I kind of got inspired to play music. They wouldn't really give me the time of day, you know. And then after I played the show, eventually on Mountain Stage, I went and played the Post Mountain Stage Jam and started singing with them, and that kind of became this relationship that grew from time, you know. And so here we are. Yeah. So,
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, wow.
Very impressive. So, I mean, you've really come a long way from what it sounds like, and, you know, to have essentially traveled around the country and traveled around the world, and, you know, got to experience a lot of different things, and now you're back here and still hammering at it. Why don't you go back out west?
I love West Virginia.
Yeah.
Simply put, I love the people. I love going kayaking on the weekends on the Little Coal River, and
Yeah.
you know, there's a great music scene here in West Virginia, and
Absolutely.
we have to acknowledge that, right? We have to support that and not get jaded and negative.
Right.
We have to say, yes, we have a lot of talent here,
We do,
and
yeah.
we have good reason to continue on, right? So
Right.
that's, and then, you know, the land that is in my family and that's been passed down from generation to generation, I feel like that's a part of a legacy, and I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud of the people that are my neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the heritage, the culture.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what keeps you here.
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree with you. You know, it's I've lived all over West Virginia. I haven't lived outside of it, but from a lot of my friends and older people as well that have, went to college, graduated, moved outside of the state because they got a better job, did whatever there, and then had either something come up in life or the mountains were calling them home is what most would say. And something about it, I think it's the culture and the heritage that brings them back, like you're saying. And it's cool, to be able to support something with the live and local music that we've got going on here. It's a big thing because I don't think that it gets enough support from time to time. So
And it's important that the people have the music to see and listen to. That's important. It's important that we stay here for them, right? So
Right,
that they
yeah.
can have a chance to hear us. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's inspiring, to people to think like, I could do that. Just like you were saying, like you snuck in, and that inspired you to want to play. Like that, I think that's a perfect example of that. That's why I really like this place, because it's gonna give people a chance to actually be heard that maybe you wouldn't even know.
Right.
Plenty of local bands are really good. Like we have all kinds of good talent, but this place is not only a place to perform, but a place to create actual content to reach a wider audience and show people like this is what's going on in West Virginia. Like this is going on in Dunbar on a Thursday.
exactly.
Like that's cool.
Right,
Like
yeah.
I think that's really cool. And I don't really know of anyone anywhere else that's doing this. Like
It's one of a kind, especially here in southern West Virginia.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of a kind. You're not going to find anything else like this around here to be able to come and not only perform, but also your performance gets recorded and all that gets professionally mixed and mastered and goes up, on our website, obviously. But then we'll send it out to you guys, and you can play
Yeah.
it on your Facebook, on your YouTube, whatever. You could probably even take the digital copy because the audio is all professionally mixed as well,
Yeah.
and then have like a live at the shop that you put on Spotify or something like that as well. So
You could,
you know,
yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
like as of now, like they're hooking up the artists, they're hooking up the bands and doing that for free. So I can't say that that's gonna always be that way in the future, but
Right.
for now that's a big thing.
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely a really awesome thing you guys got going on over here.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad you guys can be here and be a part of it. I don't know, you got any? Well, I shouldn't say. Do you have any shows coming up? Do you have shows coming up? But here, let me start this way. I know this is the last show of your April, like tour sort of thing. I saw you guys have done some for the last 3 weeks. You've been
Yeah.
over West Virginia and maybe Kentucky. Was there one in Kentucky?
We
as well?
didn't play in Kentucky. We played in Charleston. We did a gig in White Sulphur Springs, and then last weekend we played in Bridgeport.
Bridgeport. Okay.
And then we're playing, yeah. We were trying to actually work out a few more dates. It's just, kind of last minute. We're trying to fit a few more in, and then that's kind of how we got this, because I
Yeah.
was buzzing around and, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you guys have anything lined up for May or for this summer for the festival season?
nothing major. I'm actually pretty busy for the next few months.
Right,
So
yeah.
that definitely changes things
Puts
a
a
little
damper
bit.
in things a little bit.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. I am excited, though. I'm pretty stoked.
Well,
But,
once fall rolls around again, you guys can get back at it.
yeah, that's what we're working on. We're working on an early September run. We've got a few dates already booked.
Yeah.
So we're kind of booking things, planning ahead,
Right.
planning ahead.
It's good to be proactive, It's good to
Absolutely.
have like 6 months in advance, know what's going on,
Yes.
So some things are last minute, which obviously I guess this was, but I think it was a good call. And the people that'll show up tonight, the Charleston people, they'll come out to support it. They'll get to hear something new.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a good idea. And Mark,
Definitely.
yeah, same thing for you. I'm sure people know who you are, but
I
I'm
don't
sure
know
there's
about
other people
that,
that'll
brother.
be, discovering you tonight as well.
I don't think many people know who I am, but it's a great, since the pandemic has occurred, admittedly, I haven't played any solo shows except for maybe two, and so I was playing 4 or 5 nights a week as a solo artist, and then that ended, and so I'm playing with the Carpenter Ants a lot, but this will actually be the first time I've played solo in maybe 2 or 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Oh.
Are you nervous?
no.
No.
No, it's all the nerves were
Yeah,
stripped from me
just-
from the bad things that could happen that happen.
Right.
You realize it's not that bad. Yeah,
I got
yeah,
you.
Yeah,
I understand that. Life could be worse, but you're here, you're breathing.
that's right.
Things are okay.
Happy to be alive.
Right. It's all about perception, And sometimes it's like during the pandemic, perception is key to a lot of things, and sometimes we get in our heads and think like, well, life could be worse or life is bad, and then you get reminded that it could be even worse than what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So it's you know
Yeah.
it's good to wake up every morning, whether you're a believer or not, believer in God. You know, I like to wake up every morning and pray and thank the Lord for giving me another day to live.
Yeah, it's
Amen.
a miracle. It's a miracle that we're here at all.
Right.
So I mean, we should 100%
Right.
be thankful and grateful for that.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world, and we're like in this little bubble here in like Charleston, West Virginia, where nothing really affects us outside of the valley, you
Yep.
know, outside the state. But yeah, just crazy sometimes, you know. It's cool to be able to see some live music, come out and support that, see it in person, because not other people can do that.
Right.
You know, whether it's here, whether it's there, whether it's on the other side of the big pond, you know.
Right.
So,
Hit on a Thursday night. You
Yeah,
know,
on a
you're getting
Thursday.
to hear a touring band with Friendly Fire on a Thursday night in Dunbar, West Virginia, at a venue that is, you know, it's getting its feet, but it's one of the coolest venues. I've been
Yeah.
telling everybody this is a really cool venue, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
It's
a
unique.
very cool place. Everybody needs to come out and check this place out because it reminds me of almost a West Coast bar, right? It's
Does it?
very cool, yeah, because it's just it's comfortable, but
Right.
it's there's a great sound system. They've put a lot of energy and effort into making this place look good and making it feel good, and the bands are going to sound good, you know.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's a really cool venue. So I encourage everybody to come out and give Dunbar a chance, right?
Right,
It's
yeah.
cool that you guys are like right in between Charleston and Huntington, so you can kind of pull from both sides.
right, yeah.
Not
It's
too
like
far
we're-
from the valley.
Right,
So
we're right outside of Charleston, and from
Yep.
Tays Valley, it's about 15, 20 minutes. From Huntington, it's about it's still 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's about how far it is from Charleston to Huntington. So, I mean, really, you can get here pretty quickly from anywhere, even from.
I came from
Beckley.
Beckley
Yeah, from Beckley.
today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
I
about an
worked.
hour.
Yeah, it was a little over an hour, but
Yeah.
I drive kind of slow.
Yeah.
Have you
I'm
played
not-
with Randy Gilkey?
Yeah, I know Randy. Randy's my buddy.
And
Yeah.
just for I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
just now we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
yeah. Randy's my good friend. I've played with him with the
An
MFB
amazing
a lot.
musician.
And for the listeners, just to give a description of Randy Gilkey, is easily, in my opinion, the best piano player in Charleston, in West Virginia.
He's just he's just ridiculous.
And I'm a piano player, and I've learned from him.
Yes.
So yeah, he's great.
Always
yeah.
one of my favorite people to play with, honestly.
Yeah.
And I've seen him so many times where he's doing this thing where he's playing a lick on either the guitar or the piano,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll reach over and start harmonizing on the other.
Yep.
And he's playing twin stuff, and he's just one human. So yeah. So and anytime there were a few times that I played with the MFB that he would also be mixing, which was incredible to me, 'cause he's got his piano and his guitar, and he's got a vocal mic, and he's managing all that, but at the same time he's like turning around and mixing in real time on stage. So I'm like, I don't know.
Future member of West Virginia's Music Hall of
For
Fame, Randy
sure.
Gilkey.
Yeah.
Just to put my 2 cents in. Yes.
Yeah.
You guys don't know, but Randy actually played alongside Bud Carroll and John Ingram.
Yes, it was
about a
awesome.
month or so
I was
ago.
here
That was one of my
2 months
favorite
ago.
streams.
I was here
That
for
was one of my
that.
favorite streams. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a really great show, and man, they all really kill it together.
Yeah.
Right on point.
You think? Well, I've seen John play, with Bob Thompson. I've seen him play bluegrass, like Johnny Stats. I've seen him play like all kinds of jam music with Fletcher's Grove and all that. But to see him play just like straight ahead, more like rock music,
Right.
was really cool. And so then you got Bud and Randy, so it's kind of unfair.
Which, by the
Honestly.
way, tomorrow night, which is which Friday night. What's the actual dates?
April 15th.
April
Tomorrow.
15th. So.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh yeah.
John
Good
Ingram
Friday.
is going to have his CD release show here. A good friend of
Right.
mine, and I've heard the entire album. It's an incredible record with great songs. And if you, is this going to go out before?
No, this is live right now, man.
Oh, so this is live.
We're
so
live,
great.
baby.
Okay, so
Live,
if we're
right.
live, then in that case, I'm definitely going to promo this
Yeah.
tomorrow night. What time does the show start?
Doors are open at 7. Show starts at 8.
Okay.
Actually, no. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 9, and then the John Ingram Band goes on at 10. I believe.
Okay. Well, if for those of you listening, come out and see that. Come out and see us tonight, by the way. The show hasn't started yet. Come out tonight, but tomorrow night as well. John Ingram has put a lot of effort into the CD. It's a great sounding record. Come out and listen to it. There's going to be a great band backing him up, and it's going to be awesome. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
The new album is called Palisades, and you can listen to the single right now on Spotify and iTunes, and also on YouTube as well. If you want to check that out, Palisades sounds just like it's spelled just like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
it's interesting. We were talking about the pandemic, and I think that's a great instance of turning lemons into lemonade. Because I mean, I can say like for this band, for my other band, we spent a lot of time rehearsing, recording, writing, and like obviously John did the same thing. Like so many people did the same thing. They had a couple years to write music, record music, and like even this place, this was built like. You know, everyone who worked on this place had things to do. The world shuts down, and then it's like, well, we got to fill the gap with something. So, you know, you make yourself busy, and I don't know. I feel like we're now living like after it, and we're seeing all that kind of come to fruition with all these new releases and all these new projects,
Right.
and so I don't know. I think that's kind of exciting, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that during those 2 years, everybody had a lot of time to work on themselves too
Right.
and progress with their music and their sound. So whether they were, writers or whether they were, artists painting or whether they're musicians as well, many people have been able to mature in a way, if you want to say that,
Yeah.
and just progress with their sound. Whether it's learning something new or learning a new instrument or creating a new album or even finishing an album that they had started. Prior to the pandemic.
Right.
Hurl Brickbat was here last weekend, and they were talking about how they had started an album, had pretty much had it finished and ready to go, but then the pandemic hit, and then it really kind of gave them time to work on the album and to tweak things and make it sound better than what it had been before.
Right. And it
So,
sounds great. I think it sounds great.
Like you said, making the most of what you can, or
Yeah.
making lemonade with lemons.
Yeah.
Everybody had that time. That's where I'm pulling this all back in here together.
Yeah, well,
Everybody
I
had
mean, that's
time
what
to
we
do
did.
something.
We spent a lot of time last winter. We spent a lot of time recording Junebug. Like, I mean, that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we were doing. Like, instead of doing our typical rehearsal where we would be getting ready for a gig, well, there's no gigs, so our rehearsal becomes recording day.
Yep.
You know, so I don't know.
Yep. Recorded with James Barker. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Who's James Barker?
Great. Great guy.
Awesome guy.
He's no deadbeat.
No, he's definitely no deadbeat. He plays steel guitar really well with Tyler Childers.
Is steel guitar, is that the one you lay down on your lap?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he's
cool.
really
and he's
good
an
at
awesome guitar player too,
yes.
and records really well. He did a great job on the album. And you guys were talking about Bud Carroll earlier. We actually got to record with him too, a few singles, which is
Our
pretty cool to
first
work with him.
like 6 singles we released, we did with Bud.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty
Did you
awesome
guys-
experience.
Did you guys record at Bud's place out there, Point Pleasant?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've recorded out there too. It's
Yeah, it's an awesome place.
For the listeners, can you kind of describe what that atmosphere is like? Because it's a pretty cool place. If anybody wants to record and they've got some songs, they should probably reach out to Bud Carroll if they're local, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
definitely.
what's cool about it is it's like you're going home. You walk in and in the living room is the drum set. It's already set up, mic'd up, ready to go. The amp cabs are in the basement, and you're in. It's a cabin, so it feels like you're home. There's dogs there. You're in the country. It's just like, I don't know. Like I said, it's like coming home.
No shortage of guitars.
No short. Yeah, I think maybe he
shortage of
finally sold a
guitars.
few, but he's got a lot of guitars.
And I'll say, having recorded with people in Nashville and Los Angeles and New York City, and I only say that to say this, that recording with Bud Carroll in West Virginia is just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
Lay my hand down on the table and say it. It's so you don't have to go somewhere else to get that type of production, right? You can get a good producer in what if you have a band, you're young and you want to do something. There are people here who can facilitate that for you in a really good way, in a caring way, and not. The other thing too is that if you go to Nashville or Los Angeles or New York City, you know what? You're paying
It's
a
gonna be
producer to do it for you,
Yeah.
right? And so are they going to be emotionally attached? Maybe, but maybe not. So Bud's not going to take the project on unless he knows that he likes it. And that's
Right.
what he's always told me. He's not going to do anything that he doesn't want to do. So if he takes your project on, then you know what? do
Right.
it because he'll do you well. And so I cannot say enough about him as a producer. And then also, you know, if you want to pay a little bit extra, you could have him play guitar and steel guitar. He kind of does it all, right? And he'll mix your record.
You
and
got to
he's a
watch him.
great
He'll
producer.
add
Yeah.
guitar whether you ask him to or not. You got to watch him.
Anytime that he ever did that, I said, thank you. Yeah.
You guys talk about Bud Carroll. A friend of mine, I haven't seen him in probably about a year or so, but if he's watching, Mike Bennett, he's a local singer and songwriter out of St. Albans. And he has an album that he released a few years back that Bud Carroll actually produced and
Okay.
re-recorded with him. And before I knew who Bud was, Mike would often talk and boast about Bud Carroll and how great of a musician that he was, and just how great of a guy and genuine that he was as well. And had also mentioned his studio up in Point Pleasant, and that it was kind of a way that out in the country where you could escape from things, you know, without the hustle and bustle.
Yeah,
and,
it's quiet
you
out
can,
there.
You can really, like, you know, get in tune with yourself, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so when I got to see Bud Carroll for the first time, I'm sure I'd seen him beforehand, but up until a few weeks ago when him and John Ingram played, I hadn't seen him before that, I should say.
Yeah.
So everything kind of came together, and I realized who was who at that moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was really cool. So shout out to Mike Bennett if you're watching, man. Yeah, and Bud Carroll. I guess we'll get to see them all this evening as well. I feel like they may be watching right now and
They might be.
figuring out what we're talking about. Who knows? So, anything else you guys would like to plug before we got off here? We've got about 10 minutes, about 5 minutes left, actually. Got any upcoming shows? Colton, you guys, a lot of stuff
Dude,
going on with
yes. The settlement's very
settlement,
busy for the next, like, 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. We're like really busy. We're playing all over North Carolina, Virginia. Yeah, we're gonna be really busy.
Okay. Any major places that you'd like to announce?
Wow, there's a lot. We're playing 3 new shows in Virginia, which is pretty cool. It's so weird. We've played so much in West Virginia and so much in North Carolina, but we've never played in Virginia. So we're doing a debut in Richmond, in Blacksburg, and what's the other one? I got to think of it. Roanoke. We're playing in Roanoke, so
Cool.
I think that's exciting. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say for now.
Okay. Yeah.
It's out there though.
Keep things a little bit secret. I got you.
But we, Friendly Fire is about to release an album, not an album, but a single that we recorded with Brad and Tony, like a
Okay.
few years back, before everything. It's kind of strange how it's coming about now. Our buddy Isaac did the video for it, and we recorded it, and we just never released it. So we're going to drop that.
Okay, cool.
You can maybe talk about that more, Harless.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you guys if there was anything aside from. Let's talk about that real quick.
The album.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Junebug. You definitely check it out. Listen to it on any streaming platform. Search Friendly Fire Junebug. We've got a lot of listeners, but I feel like we could really accumulate a lot more.
Yeah. In your new single, what's it called?
Too Tied to Be Satisfied. That's the one we did with Big River.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
great title.
Oh, thanks, man.
Great title. I love that. That's great. That's
Thanks,
a great
man.
title. Yeah.
But we're also playing 9th Street Live on September 2nd. I'm not allowed to announce the headliner yet, but
Yeah?
we'll definitely be at 9th Street Live.
Where's Night Street Live at?
It is in Huntington.
Mhm.
They do it. They did it last year, and it was pretty awesome. There's a good turnout pretty
Okay.
much every.
Oh, yeah.
They do that
Yeah.
every Friday.
Every Friday in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it
Weather
was a
permitting.
blast. I got to play it twice last year, and it was a blast.
Yeah, where's that held at in Huntington?
It's on 9th Street.
I'm a Charleston guy, so
In
there
between
you go.
3rd and 4th Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They-
See, I thought you guys were saying Night Street Live.
Oh,
Night
Night
Street.
Street. Yeah,
right.
sorry.
All right, yeah, no
But
biggie.
It's
That's
pretty
cool.
awesome. They closed down a couple blocks, and people walking around. You can drink beer if you want to, or it's pretty cool. We got vendors
Yeah, it
and
is cool.
stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, we've got a few other dates in September around that time. We can't really announce too much, but we are going to play a nice little string right there in early September. So
Okay.
be on the lookout for that. And yeah.
Aside from Friendly Fire, do you guys have any other side projects that you work on?
I play some solo shows, acoustic solo shows
Yeah.
from time to time. A lot
Yeah.
of covers. There's some originals in there.
Okay.
So
All right, cool.
That's usually my side thing.
Do you have like do you have anywhere that you could listen to your stuff, or is that just something you do
From
from time to time,
not,
just for
not
fun?
yet. I'll just do Friendly Fire covers solo, and
Okay.
there's some covers in there from other bands too.
Yeah.
So,
All right, Hank.
but
Hank's very talented. He can play. He can play anything.
He's playing the
he's a
piano a little
synth
bit,
man.
He's a bandit.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
never know. Hank, he's a
Yeah,
wild
you just
card.
never know with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go in, and we were talking about kind of like an experience of like walking in a place and seeing it. You walk into Hank's apartment, it's like the front room is the control room. It's like, there's just like synths and his MPC and all this stuff, and then
Wires everywhere.
I lived with Hank. This is like a
there's lot
little
of wires.
Yeah, a little backstory. Me and Hank lived together for like 3
Rat's
years,
nest.
and our house was just full of instruments. We had more instruments than furniture. So I moved to Beckley with my fiance, and Hank moved into the apartment there by himself. So he had to find room for all of his keyboards, and he found room.
They're all there. They're all there.
You took your old bedroom.
No, not the same place. He
not the same one.
new place, but like it's amazing when you walk
Shout
in
out
there.
to our old landlord.
Oh yeah, shout out to our old landlord. Exactly. I'm sure you love us. Oh gosh.
It's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Shout out to our old landlord.
Shout out
Me
to
and
your old
JC
neighbors,
and I
guess,
used to live
right?
together.
I miss my old neighbors. I liked my old Huntington neighbors. They were cool. Yeah. Joanne.
Yeah.
Joanne, she was the
landlord
best.
not so cool though?
Oh. Well, we don't even get into that.
Yeah, if you don't have anything nice to say,
Don't say anything at
All
all.
right. I got you.
Yeah.
So
Good guys right
Cool.
here.
Okay. Well, let's see here. I'm going to touch off, look at some of my notes here real quick, make sure there's not anything that I'm missing before we head off.
Can I say one
Mark,
thing?
Yeah, Mark, is there anything you'd like to plug?
I would.
Yeah.
I'd like to plug one thing,
Okay.
and I'm sorry, guys, but
don't be sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
write with this band called the Cordovas in Nashville, and they're on ATO, and they're doing some great stuff. They're actually touring in Europe right now. I've co-written a lot of songs with them. They're getting ready to make their next record, so look up Cordovas, like them on your Facebook page or your Twitter. Check them out. They've got some good songs, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Cordovas?
Cordovas. yeah.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to check them out.
CORD. I don't know now. Yeah. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
have
fine.
spell check.
I was thinking
spell check will guide you.
CORDOVAS.
Spell check will guide you. Yes. Cordovas.
All right,
Nice.
Mark, would you like to plug your social medias or anything before we go?
Well, I would love to.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that not too long ago, I deleted all of my social media. I deleted my website because
Who needs it?
I just kind of wanted to do it.
Okay.
With that being said, I have a new Facebook. You could friend me on Mark Bates. But yeah, I don't have anything.
Nothing. Okay, so
I bet your life is way
Got
simpler
nothing.
now. Like, it's got to be easier.
I
With,
wanted to
without
make
all
it
that.
simple and clean,
Yes.
and I made the determination that the social media wasn't helping me. I understand when I play gigs that that's a beneficial thing, so you could tag it and whatever, but at the end of the day, I didn't like it. So you could friend me as Mark Bates on Facebook. That's the only thing I have. That's it. Yeah.
Makes
so,
it easy.
Yeah.
okay. Guys, Friendly Fire.
Yeah,
Our
we're-
Facebook is Friendly Fire WV. So
Yeah.
follow us
Got a
on that.
website.
No
website?
website. No.
Spotify.
Yeah, we're on Spotify. Definitely check us out on Spotify. We're trying to get some more followers on Spotify for sure.
Okay. iTunes.
We are on, basically anywhere you can stream music, Apple Music, Spotify. We're on Bandcamp, all that good stuff. Instagram. We have a Twitter too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, find us. Find Friendly Fire. There's more than one out there, so don't let anybody fool you.
Yeah.
You guys have a
Friendly
check
Fire
mark next to your
WV all
name
the
yet, so
way.
people know that you're official.
Do we have a check mark on Spotify?
I'd have to look.
I think we do. I think we're
I think I've
verified on
seen it
Spotify.
on there,
I'm
yeah.
pretty
What
sure
about
we
on
are.
Twitter?
I don't know
verified.
on Twitter. I don't think so. I know I'm not blue check
we
mark
gotta- we
verified
gotta
myself
do that.
If you
personally.
shout out Elon Musk, he might give you a blue check mark.
See, Elon Musk, that's the question. Let's end with this. Is he a superhero or a supervillain? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I would say superhero.
Okay.
My opinion.
Fair enough. See, I don't know. I just feel like he reminds me of someone that would be in Marvel movies or something. So, could really go either way.
He said that he was an alien on the JRE. He claimed he was an alien. So I don't know if you guys remember that, but I'd go with it. He's very intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that voice is using as like a disguise. And
Yeah.
whenever he like gets in his house, he's got like a completely different voice.
I think he like unzips himself from the back of his head and
Definitely.
pops out. There's like a voice
Yeah.
box that's right here. There's an iPhone that's just stuck right here in his neck.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's how it projects this voice that's not his.
He's like, little did they know I can speak just fine.
But in reality,
In
But in
reality, we all
reality-
have to get up every morning.
right? And
Yeah.
put our
shoes
human suit
on.
on the same way.
Yeah. I've
Zip
got to
it
comb
right
my
up.
hair.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
I gotta
me.
comb mine too.
Yeah.
It's real difficult.
Yeah. I have a lot of resentment.
Yeah.
About my hair. Yeah. It's combing it.
Hey,
not listening. Yeah.
well, if you had big bucks like Elon Musk, you'd get plugs because that's
If
what
I
he
had
did.
Big bucks, I would have them on a. I'm talking about deer. Big
Yeah.
bucks.
Those big
Bucks.
bucks. Got you.
I'd
Yes.
have them on a sled pulling me across the United States.
Yeah.
There
That's
you
what I
go.
would do.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd stop by Minneapolis and I'd say, "Give me a snow cone."
Did you pass out musical instruments on the way?
I wouldn't give anybody anything.
Nothing. You just on it for the ride.
Just ask for the snow cone.
Just ask for the snow cone. Well,
Is
with
this on there?
that being said, yeah, it is. This is still live, man. That being said, yeah, we got 5 minutes left, so go ahead and wrap it up
Los
here.
Angeles Airport one time.
I wish,
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I wish he would have came in the shot. And
5 minutes left. All right. Yeah, all right. Maybe next time. He's already off in the back now. Damn it. All right, y'all. Yeah. Well, that goes it. That's it for the show today. If y'all want to check out this band, Friendly Fire and Mark Bates, you can come down this evening. Doors open here at 8 o'clock in 10 minutes. Show starts at 9, maybe 9:30. Just depends on when everybody gets in here. And yeah, it's going to be a great show. Come check it out. Sacred AV Solutions live at the shop here in Dunbar, West Virginia. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
thank you.
Thanks for being here.
appreciate you
Can we
guys.
do the thing where I just spaced out.